everybody, and welcome to today's edition of HCAM Sports Talk. I'm Tom Nappy, and today, in just a couple minutes, we'll be talking with head coach of Hopkinton Hillers baseball, Steve Simoes. As he announced, after 19 seasons, he will be stepping down, so we will hear from him. And also, we will relive some great Hiller baseball moments under head coach Steve Simoes. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Here is our interview with Hopkinton Hillers head baseball coach Steve Simoes. Hello, everybody. Tom Nappy here, and we are joined by former Hopkinton Hillers head baseball coach Steve Simoes. Coach, how are you?
Good. How are you, Tom?
Very well. Looking forward to the fall sports season coming up. As this summer has just flown by, it seems.
Yeah, it always does.
Absolutely. Coach, congratulations on a very successful spring season coaching the baseball team. Throughout the season, you faced some COVID issues, a few injuries as well, but you made it all the way to the quarterfinals where you lost to a very good Mansfield team in a very competitive game. Can you talk about the team this past spring and what it was like to coach this group?
Oh, it was great. They I don't want to say they overachieved, but they had a lot on their plate. You know, the previous two teams had made it to the state championship game, which is a really hard thing to do with so many quality teams, but it started to become the expectation. I tried to temper that a little for these kids, but they had a lot of belief. And I had a lot of belief as well because, we had a lot of good returning starters, great senior leadership. And then obviously we lost the night before our first game. We lost Vinny Purpura, who I think was going to be one of the best pitchers in the state this year. And that's a big loss for the kids. It kind of deflated everybody, mostly because they cared so much about Vinny. But, that was a big loss to overcome. But guys stepped up and they really, like you said, quarterfinals, a 1-run game where we made some mistakes in the last inning. And we were, again, basically a game and an out away from being back in the finals. So.
Absolutely. It was certainly a fun team to follow, as it has been for the last few years with the Hillers baseball program. There's been some great teams in the last few years. And Coach, this was also a very memorable season because you announced that, at least for now, it would be your last season at the helm for Hopkinton Hillers baseball. You will certainly be missed. We'll certainly miss having you as the head coach for Hillers baseball every spring. But I have to ask, what are your future plans? Any other coaching opportunities you're perhaps going to look at, or what are your future plans?
Yeah, I'll certainly coach. I'll even coach this spring. I just really couldn't be a head coach right now. There's a lot of responsibilities that people don't see, and you really have to, be at the beck and call of your kids, of your student athletes as the head coach. And I have an elderly mom and some, other family duties that I have to take care of. Plus, I still have a son playing college baseball. So with all those things combined, good time to step away to give myself some flexibility. Whether I have a couple of offers to help out at some colleges as an assistant coach, or my preference would be to be involved still with Hopkinton, but with the flexibility of getting up to Maine to see my son play or getting down to take care of my mom. So in the short term, not much is going to change in terms of baseball, other than the fact that when a bus is late, they'll call somebody else. And, just the day-to-day checking in with each kid in terms of how they're doing and the recruiting and all all that stuff. I'm just not in a position to be able to do that right now, but I did not leave because of any reason having to do with this team. They were fantastic. Parents were fantastic. We've been really successful. It was actually hard to leave, but necessary.
Absolutely. You got to do what you got to do. Well, you have had a tremendous career. In fact, a Hall of Fame career. Congratulations on getting into the Coaches Hall of Fame. Certainly well deserved.
Thank you. That's a product of age mostly.
But there's been many great moments while you've been coaching this Hillers baseball team. So I have to ask, do you have any particular favorite moments of your career coaching at Hopkinton High School?
Yeah, I do. It's hard to pick just a few, but obviously winning the state championship in 2004, getting the fire department police escort back into town. We won the state championship at Bentley University. That was really special, and how far we had come. But my most special memories are the early teams that where every victory was seemed like a state championship. The senior, the lone senior that was in the program when I started was 1-39 in his prior 2 years. So, this town was, and that was no indictment of anybody involved, coaches or players. It was just such a small town. We were the smallest in Eastern Mass, and to build the program really from scratch. So those memories are most vivid for me. Actually, my most vivid memory is a loss. We were playing the top seeded team, Westport, Connecticut. They were 20-0, two undefeated pitchers, obviously, but one of them ended up pitching for it's Alan Leveralt. He ended up pitching for the Milwaukee Brewers.
Oh, wow.
And we were the 16 seed and they were the 1 seed, and we went down and we led 1-0 in the 5th inning, and had a tremendous pitching performance, and we scratched a run off of this future major leaguer. And then all the skies opened up and we had to drive home from Westport. So we led 1-0 for 24 hours and then drive back down there, and they proceeded in the bottom of the 6th to put up 7 runs, and that ended. If the rain didn't come, I think that would have been probably the greatest program victory ever. And then the following year, we won our first tournament game, and it all kind of started to roll from there.
Wait, you played 6 innings before the rain came? Isn't that an official game?
On the tournament.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that was pretty special. And Jay Golden, who's still on my staff, he was part of that team. And a lot of guys that are, I'm still friends or friendly with, that are family men now and fathers. They're the heartbeat of the program. Those are the guys that really started it.
Absolutely. And speaking of Jay Golden, he coached the Hillers for a while when he left a few years ago, did a great job. Do you have any idea who's going to be potentially taking over the Hillers baseball program?
I don't. I did get a look at the applications and who applied, because they wanted to know if I knew of any of the people from a baseball perspective, which I was amazed that I didn't. The applicants, I didn't know any of them from my baseball circles. I'm selfishly hoping it stays within the quote unquote family. It's been a long run of continuity of so since I came and long before me. So I would say probably over 50, 60 years, it's only been people associated with Hopkinton High School. And since I came 30 years ago, it's only been me or Mark Stickney, who's a Hopkinton legend, or Jay Golden, and then back to me. And it's been a continuity that's really been important, because the kids know the standards. All of us had, kind of held the same standards of conduct and philosophies of the game and what high school sports are all about. So I'm really hoping it's someone within the Hopkinen family, so that if it's not him, Mark Sanborn stays in the program, Jay Golden stay in the program. My assistant, John Zach, obviously Kylie Murray is now the athletic director, so she won't be coaching, but it would be really nice to keep it going. We have beyond the wins and the losses. The last 6 years, we won the sportsmanship award all 6 years, and probably have won that a dozen times, elected by the other coaches. And that's kind of always been what we've preached the most. I think our kids really conduct themselves well, and that would be tough to give up. So I would hope it would stay in the family.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of great coaches in the Hopkinton family to choose from. Have you heard from any of your assistant coaches, like Coach Zach? Obviously, Coach Golden's more than likely going to continue coaching, but is Coach Zach and your other assistants going to continue in the coaching field?
Well, we're hopeful, and I think a lot of that depends on who gets the job. Coach Zach was someone I kind of pulled off the scrap heap. He's just a friend. We do our old man walks and coffee runs, and he's just a tremendous person. So those are the type of people I always wanted around the kids, and now the baseball's really grown on him. I think he'd love to stay. If I have my hand in it and he has his hand in it, I think Mark Sanborn and Jay Golden are the two most unsung people in that program. They don't get the notoriety, but to have a freshman in a JV program that's or JV teams that are following exactly the kind of mentality we're trying to do, it's unique to have that continuity, and it makes it incredibly easy for the head coach. So,
yeah, Coach Sanborn has done a great job with the JV program, and also now he's going into his second year with the football program, and also an assistant in basketball. So, who knows?
yeah,
I could
too much on his plate. So I think he made the decision that taking on baseball as a head coach would have been too much, and I respect that. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I've done it. I've done both as head coach, and it's difficult.
Oh, I'd imagine. Yeah, he certainly does have a lot on his plate.
Yeah.
So what do you think the team's going to look like next season? From the outside looking in, obviously they lost some great seniors this year. I'm assuming it's going to be a younger group, but I think it should be a pretty strong team. Any thoughts on what the team will look like next year?
Yeah, I think I think it's an exciting, I'm happy about the fact that whoever takes over the program, I think the cupboard is pretty full, particularly pitching, which is, if you could only have one thing, that would be the thing to have.
Right.
And there's a lot of it could be as good a returning, even though all of our innings came from seniors this year. The younger kids, Mark had 3 or 4 outstanding JV pitchers. Some of which got time with us near the end. Plus, we had someone who would have been near the top of our rotation, Charlie Simoes. He was out coming off surgery and came back and pitched against Mansfield. So he's going to come onto the scene and shock people. And along with his younger brother and some other teammates from the JV, it's going to be a really strong pitching staff. Plus, we had guys that, like Joey Carrazza led us in most offensive categories. He's returning. Kids always seem to step up. They always seem to step up, and I think it looks good for this year.
Absolutely, it should be an exciting season next year with a lot of great athletes working their way up through the system. Hillers have certainly had a strong system for many years now.
Mm-hmm.
So I know there has been a lot of great athletes that you have coached. So I have to ask, is there any particular athletes that stand out to you, or athletes that you just really enjoyed coaching that you would care to talk about?
That's a loaded question. That's a tough one because I've had so many unbelievable kids. A few guys pop to mind because they were kind of program changers. a name that most people don't know about any longer that I attribute kind of solidifying the program was a kid by the name of Brian Libby years ago. He was only a sophomore. He was a tough kid, came in from Framingham, and he was, one of the few quote unquote baseball players that we had. It was a football town, but he was a left-handed pitcher, really, really tough, rough around the edges, but a great leader. He was a 3-year captain. Then I had, Mark Ostrander and Tyler Call came through, who were two of the best baseball players we had. When Mark Ostrander was here, and he's still a close friend, we had the honor of him getting some tryouts back-to-back days at Braves Stadium down in Atlanta and Yankee Stadium, and he took myself and my father along, so I got to, take my father down on the floor of Yankee Stadium. Mark had a tryout with the Yankees. Tyler went on to play for my best childhood friend down at Southern Connecticut State and ended up going to a World Series. He was another kid that kind of turned the program. And then you have the blood and guts kind of kids. Off the top of my head, kids like Dan Merzell, who's a Major League Baseball umpire now. The talent didn't jump out at you, but just did everything right. Steve Muscatello, one of three Muscatello boys, who was a heart and soul kind of kid. Alex Reynolds recently. Never in my life had he's my older son's best friend, but I never had a kid who enjoyed baseball more than that. But easily my favorite player is my own son. Because if I don't say that, I'll be sleeping outside. But that was an honor of a lifetime to coach Steven.
And how's Steven doing? I understand he is playing some ball in college and doing well.
Yeah, he's doing well. He's entering his junior year along with Ben McKenzie up at Bowdoin. And Dylan Locke is joining that team. He's going to be competing with Steven for the catching position. So I'll have two former players battling out, one of which is my son. But Steven's good. He'll be a 3-year captain up at Bowdoin. He was a first team all-leaguer. Ben made all-league as well, second team. And Steven broke his leg during the season this year, but he's fully recovered and he's excited. And it's been a nice fit for him. I hope it works out well for Dylan as well.
Absolutely. 3 Hillers up there. We might have to start following along with the Bowdoin program.
Yeah.
So being a Hall of Fame coach who has won almost 300 games, captured 5 TVL titles, 3 sectional titles, are there any particular seasons or accomplishments that you are most proud of that you have achieved?
Well, like I said, the one state championship, the two losses in the state finals, they stand out. The first program tournament win in history back in 1994 stands out against Norwell at home. That was a really big event. And one of the things I'm most proud of was they kind of go unnoticed in my resume, but we won a South Sectional title with the girls softball team. 2000, I don't remember the year at this point, 2009 or 8 or 9 or something like that. But they were an incredible group. I think they won 24 games. That I never had a more enjoyable season than that one. And my 5 years coaching the softball team, they were my winning percentage as a softball coach is much higher than as a baseball coach. They were really great athletes.
Well, I feel like whatever sport or team you're coaching, they certainly get a lot of great benefits out of having you, for sure.
Thank you.
So speaking of coaching, what do you think are the most important attributes to become a successful coach? And what advice would you give someone that is in the infancy of their coaching career or looking to get into coaching? And I ask this especially now because there is a shortage of coaching. So they need more people to get in there. But what's some advice you would give them?
Well, the advice that I got from my high school coach, who's a hero of mine, we're still close friends. He's a two-sport Hall of Famer down in Connecticut. And when I was getting into it, he said, "Coach your personality." That's what he had said to me. And when I asked him to clarify that, he said, "Don't try to be me, be you." Because we're very different personalities. He's a more demonstrative, old school things that he wouldn't be able to get away with now. I'm not that type. I was a little tougher 30 years ago than I am now, but I'm not a screamer and a yeller. And he said, just coach your personality. The other thing is, I tell kids now, young coaches in our league, like Joe Santos over at Holliston, it took me a long time to not care so much about winning. Because a lot of times we're saying to the kids, it's more about the process. It's not the result. Just do the day-to-day things and things will work out, and just try to get better every day. But we don't adhere to it ourselves. We worry about the scoreboard. When I let go of that, coaching became much more enjoyable, where you really are looking for the silver linings in each game, the growth, the relationships. And that's the most important thing. It is truly like teaching, the profession of relationships. You can't be a great coach if you don't have great relationships, and you're not going to have a great relationship with every kid, but everyone is, more money in the bank. You just have to establish relationships. They have to know that you care about them, and kids or parents are not fooled. You can't fake it. If you don't care about your players and all of your players, it becomes really obvious to them. Now, I'm sure I've had players who I didn't convey that well enough, and you always regret that, where they might not have left as happy as I would have liked. But I can assure all of my players that I truly cared about them when they were there. You just, as coaches, we have bad days and weeks and months and seasons, so it's not always conveyed the way it should be.
Well, I could certainly see that you developed a great connection with the players you coached, covering the team. You did a tremendous job with this program, and I know pretty much for sure that I'd say about all of the parents, or at least 99% of them, and the players certainly enjoyed having you as their coach. And we certainly wish you well in your future endeavors. Hopefully we'll see you back on a baseball field somewhere coaching, or some kind of athletic field. But you did a tremendous job with this program, and you'll certainly be missed from the Hopkinton Hillers community. And thanks so much for taking the time to talk with us today.
Thank you, Tom. I enjoy it. Thanks for everything you do for the programs.
Hiller baseball finished the regular season with 11 wins and 9 losses, and captured the 6th seed in the Division II MIAA state playoffs. In the first round, they took on Holliston and defeated the Panthers by a final of 11-6. In the round of 16, Hillers hosted 11th-seeded Norwood. It was a scoreless game until the bottom of the 9th. Joe Carazza lands a hit to score Joe Scardino and capture the 1-0 walk-off win in the bottom of the 9th. In the final 8 round, Hillers fell just short to Mansfield 7-6. Hillers finish the season with 13 wins and 10 losses. Congratulations to Coach Simoes and the team on a great run. The 5th-seeded Hopkinton Hillers traveled to 4th-seeded Dighton Rehoboth in the MIAA South Division II quarterfinals. The game was scoreless until the top of the 3rd.
DH Ronnie Seamus. Boy, he can open things up with a hit. And he does just that. He gets hit right in the coconut. Not much up there, but he gets an RBI. And the 4th hits batsman of the inning, and the 2nd mound visit, I think,
In the first run.
So not much 4-1-1, I'm told, on Dighton Rehoboth. And there's a fly ball fairly deep to center field. And a tag is made, and Connor Kelly scores the third run of the inning.
The Hillers plate 3 runs. The score remained 3-0 until the top of the 5th.
There's a fly ball in the center field. Center fielder going back, and he dives and doesn't get it. Simoes wheeling around the bases, and he's standing on the second base pillow. What a clout. Throw Simoes out should he take off for home. And he's going to get home because that ball's down. Gray picks it up, and watch Ronnie Simoes touch that nice little plate. 4-0.
Another additional Hiller run in the inning. They led it 4-0 into the 7th.
Fleur deals, and this is hit in the air, left side. That'll get down for a hit. 1 run is in. Here comes Waters right behind Morris. He is in, and 2 runs score for the Hillers. It's a 2 RBI hit for Cam Mulvaney. Leg lift and the pitch. And that is going to get away, and here comes Mulvaney to score, and he will. 7-0 Hillers.
Hillers take the game 7-1. During the game, Hiller batters were hit by a pitch 7 times, while 4 Dighton Rehoboth Falcons were hit. But the Hillers get the best of Dighton Rehoboth in the beanball matchup. They improve to 14-3 and advance on to battle North Attleboro in the sectional semifinals. We caught up with Coach Simoes and some of the Hiller players after the game.
All right, well, Vinny, congratulations. You pitched a great game today. It was a game that didn't feature a whole lot of offense, a lot of hit batsmen, but it was a good defensive win and a good win for you on the mound today. How does it feel taking the victory over a good Dighton Rehoboth team in the quarterfinals?
Oh, it's great. It's great.
And what's it been like playing with this group all season? Seems like you guys have a lot of fun out there.
Oh, yeah, it's been a blast. It's easy to pitch when you know they're going to make the plays. So.
And can you talk about Mike Burney today, or Cam Mulvaney today? He went 2 for 2 at the plate, 2 runs, 2 RBIs. He came through big with the bat today.
Yeah, Cam picked us up. We weren't swinging great, but we found times to swing, make swings.
All right.
He did.
Well, you got North Attleboro up next. Do you know anything about them?
No, I don't, so we'll see.
All right, well, congratulations, and we're looking forward to hopefully many more playoff wins.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Cam, congratulations on the win today. You had a nice day at the plate, going 2 for 2 with a couple runs scored and a couple RBIs. Can you talk about your team's performance out there today?
We did great today. We had really good pitching, which helped us out a lot. Vinny stuck in there for 6 innings, or 5 innings, and then Mike came in and shut him out.
And you guys seem to have a lot of fun out there. What's it been like playing with this group?
It's been awesome. Yeah. We got 2 more games, so hopefully we win them both.
Absolutely. You got North Attleboro up next. You know anything about them?
No, they're good. You got to beat them.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on a great performance by you and a great performance by your team, and we're looking forward to the next round.
Thank you.
All right, Mike. Well, you came in and pitched in the last couple of innings, got the job done. Vinny had a great pitching performance as well. Can you talk about your team's effort out there in this victory today?
Yeah, Vinny pitched amazing. You know, maybe cut down on the hit batters, but he pitched very well. So we had really good arms on the mound. So it helps when you only give up 1 run.
Absolutely. And what's it been like playing with this group? It seems like you guys have a lot of fun out there.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a great group of guys. Very fun. Yeah.
And you got North Attleboro coming up next. You know anything about them yet?
Not really, but I know they're a good team. They're made it this far, so yeah.
All right, well, congratulations on a great win out there, and we hope many more wins to come soon. Good win out there against a tough Dighton Rehoboth team. Vinny Purpura pitched a great game out there. Can you talk about his performance?
Yeah, he battled. I thought his arm was alive today, and he threw hard. He knows he's got to be a little bit better with his command. He's got such good stuff. If he just relied on it a little bit more and forced the other team to hit rather than continuing what they started and hitting batters and all that, we'd be better off. So, but gutsy effort. He wants the ball. He's a competitor.
And I have to ask, is everyone okay health-wise after 8 batters getting hit?
Is that how many of ours, guys?
I believe it was 8.
Oh, my. Yeah. Well, we actually talk a lot about trying to get hit by pitches. We crowd the plate. We try to unnerve the other team. And I think from that perspective it worked because they were kind of complaining a little bit about how close we were to the plate. So from that perspective, it was really, really good. Fortunately, their guys didn't throw very hard, so we don't have any injuries leaving the game, I don't think. But that was the one highlight of the game. Other than that, I wasn't thrilled with how he played. So.
What about Mike Burney? He seemed to close it out nicely.
Mike Burney, he just is. You see how relaxed he is on the mound. He pitches with a smile, which I wish they all did. He just throws strikes. He is not afraid to throw his pitches. He's just such a really good competitor. I was going to take him out because if you throw over 25 pitches, you can't pitch tomorrow. So I was just about to take him out, and then I said, you know what, we'll let him go. And he ended the game on his 25th pitch, so he is eligible to throw a little bit tomorrow because that's going to be mix and match time tomorrow. But he was a competitor. He really settled us down after Vinny came out.
And Cam Mulvaney had a nice day at the plate, going 2 for 2 with a couple runs scored and a couple RBIs. Can you talk about his performance?
You know, he hits 9th for us, but I'm so comfortable having him there because we are the slowest team in North America, and then we have Cam, who's very quick. But I think he got hit by 2 pitches, and he bunted for a base hit. But that last at-bat, what a difference it is going out there defending with a 6-run lead as opposed to defending with a 4-run lead. He battled. I just had a real confidence that he was going to somehow find a way. He's an athlete.
And you got North Attleboro up next. You know anything about them yet?
Hockomock won the state championship a couple years ago. Talented. Yeah, they got some upper-level hitters. We'll be in for a real battle. But you know what? If we come out and play the way we're capable, though, we won't roll over. We'll have to swing better than we did today. But you know what? It's baseball.
Absolutely. It seems like every game's a battle in the South Division II bracket.
Yeah, it's a good bracket. It's really good. You know, I don't think we've played our best ball. I've been saying it all year. We still haven't, and we certainly didn't today. But they're still here. You know, and they find a way to win one more game. They play for a championship, and there's not too many people have ever been able to say that in high school. That's great.
Well, Coach, congratulations, and hopefully a couple more wins to come.
All right, thank you.
The 5th-seeded Hopkinton Hillers hosted 8th-seeded North Attleboro and the South Division II sectional semifinals on Friday, June 25th. Scoreless game heading into the bottom of the 3rd.
And this kid was mighty angry. There's a ground ball in the hole between 3rd and short. And the runners are playing little musical chairs. You got Vecchiarelli covering home, Conneran covering home, Ware covering home, and Bannerin covering 3rd.
Well, Connor Kelly plates the first Hillers run.
Hillers draw first blood. Ball 4.
There you go.
That'll score a run. Gets the Hopkinton usually quiet dugout a little noisy, and Coach Mike Hart going to have a discussion with Ware. Spencer McGrail's mom showed up. There's a ball going to hit in the left field, and the runner moves up, so we have another run score. Baharic moves to 3rd, Cooper to 2nd, and
Dylan Locke, who came around to score. Paharic at 3rd, Cooper at 2nd, and Jarrett at 1st.
There's a ground ball through the infield. We got the runner, Cooper, going to go to the plate. Throw in, cut off, not in time. 2 more runs scored.
The Hillers plate 5 runs in the inning, and the offense continued in the bottom of the 4th.
Way out in front of some of those pitches that Dykenhoven threw at him.
Locke gets a good piece of this one over to left center. That's going to drop down and keep on rolling. There's no wall out there. Simoes being waved around third. Here he comes. Locke legging it out to third, and that is where he will stay. It's an RBI triple for Dylan Locke.
That's why we like him.
And this is up the middle. Glove by the shortstop. Flip to second for one. Throw to first. Not in time. And a run scores. Dylan Locke comes around. And that'll be a sacrifice for Jarrett, who reaches on the fielder's choice.
Hillers plate 2 more runs and end up taking the game 7-2. Connor Kelly went the complete game and got the win. We caught up with Connor and a few other Hillers after the game.
Tom Nappy here. We're here with Nick Paharik, who had a great game going 2 for 3 at the plate. Nick, congratulations on a great win out there. How does it feel to be heading to the sectional finals?
Oh, it's awesome. Couldn't have done it without these boys. It's truly special what we're about to accomplish.
And Connor Kelly had a great start today, went the distance. Can you talk about his performance?
Oh, nothing is unexpected with Connor on the mound. He's a tremendous competitor and he's a great friend of mine. So I'm super proud of him and proud of the team.
And you guys seem to have a lot of fun out there. What's it been like playing with this group all year?
It's like no other. The bonds we formed, and I've been playing with this group for probably 6, 7, 8 years now. So to go to the sectional championship is super special.
Well, congratulations, and hopefully a couple more playoff wins to come.
Thank you.
Connor, congratulations on the victory today, and congratulations on going the distance in this game. How did it feel out there throwing to this tough North Attleboro lineup, and how does it feel to go the 7 innings today?
It's great, all I was trying to do was just go out there, pound the zone, throw strikes, use my defense. And, our defense has been great all year, so I had all the confidence in the world going in.
And the offense came through today. The bats got going, especially in that 5-run third inning. Can you talk about the offense today?
Yeah, our bats have been, we've been trying to break out all year, but haven't been able to do it. But this year, I think from now on, we've been locked in every single pitch. We're invested in everyone's at bats, so, we're a scary team right now.
Absolutely. How does it feel to be heading off to the sectional finals, the Battle Milton?
Feels great, was there 2 years ago, won it, and went on to states, and this is a great experience, all captains are excited to lead these guys, hopefully create some memories and be a really good team.
Absolutely. Well, we wish you the best of luck and congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Dylan, you went 2 for 3 at the plate today, and you caught for Connor Kelly, who went the complete game. What was it like catching him today and watching him have that much success against a very good North Attleboro lineup?
Yeah, I know they were talented, but Connor pitched great. Curveball was really on today. Got a lot of swings. It's really easy, I didn't have to do much.
Absolutely, and the offense really got going today. Must have felt good to see the bats going.
Yeah, for sure. We really clicked today. Got 5 in 1 inning. Everyone did their part, getting hit by pitches, getting hits. Everything was clicking. Everything was going well. So it was great to see.
And what's it been like playing with this group all season? You guys seem to have a lot of fun out there.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun, a lot of chemistry. It's just, we say it every time, it's a family. It's a really special group. We're all committed to it 100%. We believe it, we buy into it, and it shows. We've had a lot of success, and hopefully we have 2 more games full of success.
Absolutely. Well, it must feel good to be heading off to the sectional finals against a tough Milton team. You know anything about Milton?
A little bit, not too much. I know we're going to get probably one of their 2 better arms. I think the kid going to Northeastern might have already pitched, but I think we're going to get the kid from going to UMass Lowell. So it'll be a battle, just like all of our games. But, we're really excited. And if we swing like that, we should be able to at least contest, And we got Josh on the mound, so can never be not confident with Josh on the mound.
Well, congratulations, and hopefully a couple more wins to come.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, Coach, great win out there today, and the offense finally got going. It must have felt good to see the offense get going today.
Yeah, so we've, kind of prided ourselves on not giving up a lot of runs, and we stayed true to that today, but finally some good swings. They hit to their capabilities. I was happy about that.
And Connor Kelly went the distance out there on the mound. Did you think that was going to happen?
I did not. I didn't plan on that. but he was so efficient. The plan was to hopefully get 3 out of him, and then we were going to try to come with Nick Baharic for 3, and then close with Josh if we were fortunate enough to. And then he was that's as good a pitching performance as probably my many years here. That was great.
So I'm guessing you found your third starter.
Yeah, I hope we never need a third starter again, but there's only 2 potential games
Right.
left. But I probably should have figured that out earlier before the state semifinals. But better late than never. He was just. I love having Connor out there, but I get greedy because if I have him there, I don't get to have him at third. And if I have him at third, I don't get to have him at first. I want him everywhere. He's our best outfielder because he's so calm. He's such a calming influence. But you saw that today. I mean, even just fielding bunts and fielding slow rollers, he just does everything calmly.
Yeah, he just seems to never get shook up by anything.
Yeah.
And speaking of third base, Nick Baharic, I think, played a very good third base today, made some great plays. Could you talk about his performance?
Yeah, and that's huge because Connor's our normal third baseman, so Nick had to play a little bit out of position, moving from short. Cam had to do the same, moving and covering short, and then Scotty Pagliuca went in and had another real solid game at second base. So that's been a real strength of the team, infield versatility, guys being able to move among the 3 positions, really 4 positions.
Right, and I think that is why this team has been so successful, just the versatility you have.
Yeah.
So you got a tough Milton team coming up next. Do you know anything about them?
Well, I just know that most people have conceded Division II South to them since the beginning of the year. And I admire that about them because normally when teams say where consensus is that you're going to win the South running away, that's hard to live up to, and they've lived up to it. They're ultra talented. We'll have to be perfect to beat them. But we're the only ones that get an opportunity to try, which is really a good thing. So they have 2 elite high school pitchers. Like I told the kids, we only have to face one of them, so you don't have to face 2, at least to start. And, I know the kids are going to battle. They're going to battle, and we're going to have to try to win a close game, and it'll be fun.
Well, it should be a great game on Monday, and hopefully a couple more wins to come. Congratulations on advancing to the sectional finals.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
The first-seeded Hopkinton Hillers baseball team battled fifth-seeded Stoughton. The Hillers were the home team at the neutral site location of Stoughton High School. Top of the second, Stoughton threatened a bit, but Fisher's pickoff move was too much to handle.
Josh has got a good pickoff move.
We'll check in, and he picked him off. Throw to second, and now the throw back to first, and they got the tag.
I just got done saying he's got a good pickoff move over there, and what happened?
There you go. Nazaro picked off a great throw by Fisher. Right up in the pitch. Actually, he's going to pick him off again. Throw to second. McKenzie's going to go back to Kelly. The tag. Got him! 2 pickoffs here in the second inning. And that'll wrap up the top of the second. What a move by Josh Fisher.
2 pickoffs for Fisher to get out of the inning. Bottom of the 4th, the Hillers got the scoring started.
And this is going to be a fair ball up the left side. The throw to first is in time, but the Hillers will score a run. A sacrifice RBI ground out for Brendan Kelly. Ronnie Simoes coming around to score. Up to third is Connor Kelly. Lined up in the pitch. And this is up the right side and bobbled by the second baseman. Picks it up, throws the first, gets the out at first, but a run scores. Connor Kelly comes around to make it a 2-0 game. A sacrifice RBI ground out for Cole Glassburn.
The Cardinal, Cole Glassburn.
A 2-0 lead for the Hillers heading to the top of the 5th, and a great defensive play got Fisher and the Hillers out of the inning unscathed.
And this is hit in the air, foul territory, and it is caught! Went off of Brendan Kelly, and Josh Fisher is able to make the catch.
Score that what?
Kelly with the assist, Fisher with the out.
3-1.
That is out number 3, a 3-1 fly out.
Like, you don't see that.
Unbelievable.
Things are going right. Things are going right.
It was a 2-0 Hillers lead heading to the bottom of the fifth, and then it was rally time.
Right up in the pitch. Gets a piece of this one, and that is over to left field. That'll drop in. Here comes Simoes, and another runner right behind him. Ambrosoni will score as well. Throw to second. Simoes is safe. A 2 RBI single for Simoes, and he advances to second on the throw-in. And this is ripped into right field. That'll get down. Simoes being waved around third. Here he comes, and he will score. 5-0 Hillers, an RBI single for Connor Kelly. And this is hit in the air, over to right field, to the fence. That'll drop in for a hit. Connor Kelly being waved around third. Here he comes, and he will score to make it a 6-0 game. It's an RBI triple for Brendan Kelly.
Didn't even have to slide. Oh, my.
Pitch. And this is hit in the air, over to right field. Could be trouble, and it is going to drop in between 4 fielders. Brendan Kelly's going to tag, and he will score, and it's going to be a 7-0 game. And he got hit. That's going to score a run.
6-run score in the inning to make it 8-0 Hillers. Top of the 6th, Stoughton with no outs and a man on, but Steve Simoes would help clear the bases.
Up the middle, picked up by the shortstop, throw to second for 1, now the throw to first. It's going to briefly get away from Kelly, and now it's picked up by Simoes, the runner trying to go to second, the throw over, they got him! They double him up anyway.
That's hustle, hustle, hustle. Baseball. Stevie Simoes running up the first base line from his catcher's position, picks the ball up, got by Kelly, and throws the runner out.
In the bottom of the 6th, the Hillers added even more security.
Line up in the pitch. And this is driven into right field. That'll get down for a base hit. Simoes around third. He's going to try to score. The throw in is not going to be in time. It's a 9-0 Hillers lead. An RBI single for Connor Kelly.
His third of the day.
As this is driven over to center field, way back, and it's past the center fielder. One run is in. Here comes another run. Pagliuca coming around. McKenzie heading to third, and it's a 2 RBI triple for Ben McKenzie. 11-0 Hillers. And he'll drive this one over to right field. This is going to be big trouble. Down it goes. McKenzie will score, and Simoes rounding second, heading over to third, and that is going to be an RBI double for Simoes. The umpire says go back to second. It's a ground rule double for Stevie Simoes.
The Hillers take the win over Stoughton by a final of 12-1. Josh Fisher was terrific on the hill, pitching 6 scoreless innings and striking out 7 hitters. Ronnie Simoes had a good day at the plate. He went 2 for 2 and scored 3 runs. Simoes had a 1,000 on-base percentage in the game, as he also was walked and hit by a pitch. Ben McKenzie was also a force to be reckoned with, going 2 for 5 at the plate. With a double and a triple, he drove in a pair of runs and scored 1. The Hillers advance to the sectional finals to battle Westwood. The game will take place Saturday, June 15th at Campanelli Field in Brockton, a 10:30 a.m. first pitch.
Tom Nappy here with Josh Fisher and Steve Simoes. Today's battery combination. The Hillers victorious over Stoughton, 12-1. Josh, you pitched a tremendous game out there. How did it feel competing in this sectional semifinals game as a sophomore and having a performance like that? 6 shutout innings, unbelievable.
Well, obviously it's a bit nerve-wracking when I first start, but as soon as I threw the first pitch, I felt locked in. With Stevie catching, I'm always comfortable, and the first thing I did when I found out that I was pitching is that I watched Brendan Kelly pitch against Greater New Bedford when he was a sophomore, since he was in the same exact situation as I was, and that gave me confidence.
Absolutely. And Stevie, you had a great performance out there, and you made one of the most tremendous defensive plays I think I've ever seen, where you backed up the first baseman on that overthrow and ended up getting the runner out at second for the double play. Obviously, you know what to do in just about any situation, but how did it feel just to make that tremendous play that you rarely ever see in any baseball game?
I felt good. I thought it was going to be a double play, but we're always taught to back up, so that's what I did. I got lucky with the ball, and he decided to go to second, so our guys were there, and we were able to throw him out. So it was the result we wanted, but in a different way. So we were planning on a double play, but we got it anyway. So.
And Josh, you're a sophomore, and you have many more good years to come here as part of this Hillers team. What's it been like to play with this group this season?
This group is like family. This is like the closest I've ever felt with like brothers. We are literally brothers. I trust every single player on this team. Everybody is great. The defense is fantastic. The pitching is fantastic, and our hitting is fantastic. So everything we have is fantastic, and it's just brothers playing baseball.
Absolutely. And Steve, this is the first time in your high school career going to the sectional finals. How does it feel to get to that level as a senior especially?
Feels great. Yeah, we've been waiting a long time to get here, so we're just excited to play.
Coach, you're going to the sectional finals. How does it feel to get to that level, especially this season?
It feels great. I've been together with these seniors since they were little kids, obviously, because my son is a senior, and they're such a special group character-wise. They showed that again today, kept an even keel, and pretty adverse circumstances, a hostile environment in terms of the fans and things like that, and they were just awesome. They're just very businesslike, respectful character kids.
And Josh Fisher was absolutely tremendous out there on the mound. Can you talk about his performance?
I don't want to brag about him because I don't want his head to get big, but he's special because he has a beautiful makeup for a pitcher. He's blessed with a very good arm, but he knows how to pitch. He knows how to keep his composure. He's a real competitor, and he's a wonderful, wonderful kid. He's a funny dude. Couldn't be happier for him.
And I know you don't want to give your son too much credit, but what was running through your head when you saw that tremendous double play that he made? That was unbelievable, where he backed up the first baseman through the runner out going to second.
Well, that's what he's supposed to do. He's the catcher, so he's supposed to do that. So that wasn't that much of a play. Unfortunately, his at-bat was the only one. They said he hit the ball well to right field, but the only at-bat of the game I didn't see because I was talking to Josh. But yeah, he did his job. That's what he's supposed to do. He's a captain and a senior and a catcher.
And your offense really came alive today. Could you just talk about how the bats got going today?
Yeah, we have a little expression that we had lately that our 7 will come if they stay with their plan, because they really have a good mindset at the plate. They have ability, but they have a good mindset, and most of hitting is about approach. And the belief that our 7 will come, our big inning is what we mean by that. And the last 2 days we've had that big inning, and that's really disheartening for another team.
Hey, Coach, I've heard that you got Westwood in the sectional finals. Can you talk about your upcoming opponent?
Really interesting. I think they're extremely well coached. He's a really good guy. But what's very funny about it is probably the 2 worst baseball games I've ever seen are games against Westwood. We were horrible, and they beat us, and they were horrible, and we were equally horrible, and we beat them. So both teams, I think the other team stinks, and both teams are talented. So it's really interesting. I have a feeling both teams will play really well, and it'll be a low-scoring, well-played game. But it is funny. Those were our 2 most horrific games for both teams. I think their coach would agree. So we're looking forward to it.
It should certainly be interesting this weekend. Coach, congratulations on reaching the sectional finals.
Thank you.
In the sectional finals, the 5th-seeded Hillers battled 2nd-seeded Milton. It was a scoreless game until the top of the 4th.
Cam Jarrett stepping in, 2 men on. There's a base hit in the left field. There goes Simoes around third. He's getting toward the tag. That's 1-0. Hopkinton. Little line drive to left field. Wasn't particularly hard hit, but hit hard enough to score Ronnie Simoes, who was laboring around third.
Hillers add a run and held a 1-0 lead heading into the top of the 7th.
Big shortstop. There's a ground ball. That's in the hole between first and second. That's going to score a run because they won't catch Mulvaney, and he's in there. 2-0. Hopkinton over Milton. I don't know what I smell around here, but it smells good.
Another run added, bottom of the 7th, Milton down to their final out.
He could find himself picked off. There's a fly ball into right field. Cooper coming in. Now that's the game. Ball game. 2-0. Tyler Morse snags it. Josh Fisher wins it. The team that wasn't supposed to be here came here. They had the chance to face their number 1A pitcher in Foley going to UMass Lowell. As Coach Simoes said, hey, you're there, and you're the only team that can play him. And he was right. Wow. A 2-0 victory. The second time Hopkinton goes to the state finals. We'll wait and see who the Division I North champion is.
The Hopkinton Hillers win the game 2-0, capture the South Sectional Championship, and earn a trip to the Division II State Championship.